Hello folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here for, and I know I say that a lot, but been dealing with a headache still. So I spent most of the day in bed sleeping. I didn't get up until, what was it, almost 3:30 this afternoon, I believe. Something like that. Yeah. So I've been up, well, technically it is right now almost, it's about 20 after 1 in the morning on June 10th. Today is my brother's birthday, and he is turning 45 today. Yeah. Wow, 45. Because he was born in 1980, so yeah, he's 45 today. Yeah. He won't talk to me. The last time I sent him a message, to let him know that our grandmother had passed away like 3 years ago. And yeah, he did message me back. He was very rude, disrespectful, and then he blocked me. Yeah. So my brother is still being an a-hole. Yep, he's still being a turd. He has turned into someone that I don't recognize. He and I, when we were little, we were really close. He was a cool guy. He was a cool kid. Fun to hang around and whatnot. And people liked him. He had lots of friends. At least I feel that he had lots of friends. He had certain friends that there were certain individuals that he had been friends with for a very long time. One of which refused to go to his wedding because of the individual that he was marrying. Back when I was pregnant with my son. If I remember correctly. Yeah. And this is the same, this individual, like, he's only ever been married the one time to third cousin of my boyfriend. Yeah, I talked about a bit about that family in a previous video, but yeah, yeah, my brother he became not a nice person at all, which is unfortunate because that's not how he was raised. All right, so I am done with that color. I'm just setting that aside for now while I deal with this. This is 915. So what I'm doing is, all right, so this is what I'm doing. Put this on here by itself. So I asked in a previous video if anybody could let me know what the difference was between, like, with the floss and whatnot, between like a 9 count, 11 count, and 14 count. Nobody responded. Nobody commented to let me know. So I had to Google it myself, because I also talked about before I started working on this cross stitch of Eeyore, I explained about how I had to take some of the floss. My friend had started working on this, and then she set it aside because with her vision going, it's difficult for her to see what she was doing. So she set it aside, and she had done some of this color, number 19, which is 3846, and she had done it with 2 strands of floss. And so what I had done was, because it really looked bad, I took it apart, and I mentioned in the very first video that I did of this, I said it was a 9 count because I had to use because she was using 2 threads of floss. Nobody pointed out that I was mistaken, that I was wrong. I recently Googled the information for myself. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. The world's not going to end, but it is a little sad, but that's okay. I talk about a lot of stuff in my videos and can't remember everything when you go to comment. I'm not upset, not disappointed, none of that stuff. I'm just letting you know. It would have been nice, but that's okay. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, none of that stuff. But anyways, so now, this is left over. So I learned that it's not actually a 9 count that I'm working on. This is, it's actually, I think this is an 11 count pattern, but I'm doing 14 count. I think it's an 11 count canvas. Don't quote me. I did look at it. I did compare it and whatnot, but I can't remember. But anyways, I'm doing it as a 14 count. Whether the canvas is or not, I don't know. Don't remember. Don't care. Whatever. Anyways. Okay. I now have this to put away. Wait. Aha. Almost forgot about this one. So now I'm going to put this one. I'm going to add this one as well. Try to keep them as the same length. Okay, so these ones are full floss. Right? All right. Okay. This one is a 14 count. So we've got it like that. And then I'm sorry about the jiggling, but the cord is right there. All right, so we pull out my book, and I actually have to do this with all of this in here. This is 915. So we find 915 and put my 14 count in here. And then I put the regular in here. There. There we go. Alrighty then. Yeah. At some point I do have to go through these and sort them properly. At some point. Yeah. And I will. At some point I will. Alright. So, now we have finished. 310 is all finished, so we can cross that off. 154 is all finished, and 11915, this one is all finished because I did look and look and look, and that one is all finished. So there's 5 colors gone. Yay! All right. Oh, and I'm gonna color these, fill this in as well. Just because I can. And I like to. So my friend in Colorado messaged me while I was sleeping, asking for my mailing address again. Apparently she's gonna mail me a box tomorrow. So I don't exactly know when it's gonna arrive, but let me think. Well, I get paid in what, like 2 weeks? Let me pull up the calendar. Yeah, I get paid in 2 weeks. Okay, and I don't know. I really don't know what this anniversary thing is. It's saying that it just says anniversary all day, June 24th. And I don't know whose anniversary. Anniversary of what? Father's Day is Sunday the 15th. Saturday the 21st is National Indigenous Peoples Day. And I do believe my dad's birthday is the 22nd. And I get paid on the 25th. Which is, yeah, in 2 weeks. So, yeah. And the 28th is the there is a convention that my boyfriend is going to, and I mentioned it in my previous video. I'm just curious about something here. 3761. Yeah, I want to finish this off, this color here, 3761, which is this triangle. Oh, It's blue. According to this, it's blue. And there's some here, here, and here. Oh, and here. But I do want to finish that off, but I've got some red here, and I've got all of this red over here. So that color will be easier to do. 603. (602), 603. Yeah. So I am going to, because I'm going to finish off 603 tonight. I can't look at this chart because this chart, nothing's crossed off because, yeah, I can't look at that chart because I'm like looking at the chart going, wait, because I'm like 797, and then I look up here, 603, 604, 797. Wait a minute, where's 604? And then it's like, oh wait, yeah. So yeah, getting myself all confused and mixed up. Sorry about the bumping again. All right, so we take this one off. I am still working on a good method for this. And I find this works for me the most efficient way, for me anyways. Yeah. Sorry you can't see. Okay, so I am separating the floss this way. This is how I separate my floss. I do it for 11 count as well as 14 count. I do it this way. And then I take this, and because it's gonna spin, I dangle it off to the side and let it all unspin, you know, untwist on its own. There's one. And here's two. There I go, bumping it again. But I have to have the phone plugged in because it needs to charge right now. It's very low battery. All right. Yeah, Wolfie and we went for a walk tonight. Earlier tonight. Walked over to 7-Eleven. And I did not take my bike. So, yeah, it was a bit of a struggle getting there and back. But we both wanted a Slurpee, so away we went. Still having issues with the Wi-Fi here. Major issues with the heat. It was like 32 Celsius here today. And yeah, 32 Celsius. And for you Americans, let's see, 32 Celsius, 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so it was almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit here. That's too hot for me. All right. Oh, okay. I guess it would help if I sorry about the rock and rollin'. Do my hoop again here. Oh, look at the face. Alright, so flip it upside down. I could probably do this the other way, but I don't know, I definitely prefer having the hoop this way. And weave it in. All right. Okay, so now to find it. And there we go. Yay, found it. There we go. Yeah, so the headache that I got, that I ended up with yesterday, I did take 2 extra strength ibuprofen, I believe they are. Okay, there we go. I was just trying to find the hole. Find the hole. Yes. Shush. Yeah, I took 2 extra strength ibuprofen last night. Acetaminophen. 2 extra strength acetaminophen tablets. So they're 500 milligrams each. Even though it said they're extra strength, it relieves fever and minor pain. Yeah. Extra strength acetaminophen tablets. Contains acetaminophen. Only problem is they expired February of 2022. So, yeah. And then today I took a tramadol. Yeah. So I should actually look into getting meds specifically for pain meds specifically for headaches. That are made specifically for dealing with headaches, because I'm quite certain the acetaminophen are not, yeah, those things are not helping. Yes, I know, even with them being past the expiry, way past the expiry date. They are more than 3 years old. Holy cow. Yeah, I think I should just dispose of them and get some new pills. Yeah, I should.
That giant spider with all the babies around her.
Oh God.
When I first started playing.
Okay. Wolfie is playing. I think she's playing a game called Grounded, and it's where you're like a tiny person.
She's dead.
If you've ever seen the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, they're like little tiny people, and they're lost in the backyard. Yeah, it's similar to that. You're traveling around and you're like minuscule. Yeah, trying to survive. Yeah, and she was saying tonight that apparently they are bringing out another Grounded game where you're trying to survive in a park. Because this first one, is there, you're in the backyard, right?
Baby spiders.
Yeah. Now, apparently, this new one, you are, yeah, you're in a park. Okay, I'm just curious. I just want to see if it'll work this way. I know it's not the norm, but it's, see, like this, right? And then you can still work on it. It's weird, but maybe it'll work. I'm gonna give it a try. It's just, I find it frustrating trying to line it up properly with it face down like this. And having it face down like this is the easiest, most efficient way of actually attaching the hoop together. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a try this way. Alright. 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 Okay, so, oh hey, and it does make it easier for weaving it in like this. Does help with that. Alright. So holy cow. The traffic is loud right now. There's a lot of vehicles. It's like 20 to 2 in the morning, and it almost sounds as busy as like the middle of the day. It's crazy. I am looking forward to the highway staying open for the summer during the week, during the day, weekdays. Oh, and I should let my boyfriend know that too. Let him know. Starting June 25th. Yay! Or is it the 15th? I was on the website for the bridge the other day, because when we went to the town next door last Thursday, we left here early enough that we could get across the bridge before they're supposed to close at 9 a.m. Well, they were already closed, and it was like 25 to 9, 20 to 9, something like that. So we actually had to go the long way. Yeah, my dad was not thrilled about it. So that's what. So then I googled it, and yeah, and it said on the website it's either the 15th or the 25th. Either way, my boyfriend won't have to go do the detour. Won't have to take the detour to get here to pick me up. Pick Wolfie and I up to take us to the city to get the car. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to take Wolfie and my ex, the mechanic. Like, he hasn't seen her since his son was a baby. Yeah. That's way back before my son was born. He never met my son. Yeah, some days I wish things had turned out differently.
I think I figured out how to use the grapple hook.
Between him and I. And the way, and also between my boyfriend and I.
Yeah. When you shoot it at a
Yeah.
branch,
Because
it makes you jump into the air and then you swing.
if I had been more forthcoming
Swinging on a vine
and insisting on
or on a rope.
a few things
It's a
when I
one-time
was
use,
younger, maybe
but
yeah, maybe he would have ended up with kids. I don't know. Maybe he and I would have ended up getting married and having kids.
Don't have a platform to land onto, and it's just open space. You can just
And yes, I'm referring to both of them. Like, things could have ended up differently between me and either one of them. I could have ended up married to either one of them and having kids with either one of them.
I gotta harvest as much as I
Yeah.
can. And I just get garlic leaves from these.
My ex was always worried. When we were dating, he was worried that he didn't want me to find out that he smoked the devil's lettuce, because he was worried that I'd break up with him if I found out that he was smoking the stuff.
There are garlic-like, I guess.
And
I need garlic
no,
leaves
it wouldn't
for
have happened. I wouldn't have broken up with him over
and
that.
then I need the bait in order to make the traps.
I really liked being with him.
So much fun.
I didn't care what other people thought of him. I just cared that I only thought about how he made me feel, and he made me feel happy. Like, being with him made me happy. Yeah. It's unfortunate that he got into a fight with his stepmom one day. And, well, he ended up getting shipped back to his mom's farm. So we didn't really actually officially break up. But, yeah. Basically, he went back to his girlfriend there. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that he had a girlfriend there, and she didn't know that he had a girlfriend. When he was living at his dad's. Yeah. His brothers knew, and they would bug him about it. Yeah.
A lot of little white flowers.
Yeah, before he and I actually started dating, we actually started dating because, well, I needed it. I needed a date. Well, didn't actually need a date, but I was. He was going to be coming to my dad and stepmom's wedding, anyways. Because his dad and stepmom, well, especially his stepmom was a really good friend of my stepmom's. Yeah. And so, and she was the matron of honor at the wedding, and his dad actually ended up being the one that gave my stepmom away. He was the one that actually walked her down the aisle. Yeah. because her son, my stepbrother, was supposed to walk her down the aisle, but he was in jail at the time, so he couldn't exactly walk her down the aisle. So, yeah. So he and I ended up going, he ended up being my date. And,
especially with how often I use them.
there's one word that, like, whenever I think of him, this one word always pops into my head when I think of him.
Yeah.
And that's the word sweet. Because I always found him to be sweet. Even, even when he's being a total dick. Even when he's being a total douche canoe. I don't know why, but I think it's because he's always been very nice to me, very nice and sweet and
Actually, just over a half.
patient. He found these thick pieces of glass. They were like a very, very pretty shade of purple. And he actually made a pair of earrings and a necklace. Out of them. Because at the time I could wear earrings. Because my ears were pierced. I've had to let them close over. But yeah, I really liked them. And it was the first handmade gift that I had ever received from a boy. I'm trying to think. I think it's still the only handmade gift I've ever received from a guy.
On a tiny stick.
Yeah.
And jumping across. Yeah.
Although my dad did make that bottom step, but he doesn't count.
Unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I used to love spending time with him. I did. I used to love spending time with him because he got me out of the house. He always made me laugh. Always had a way of making me laugh.
2 bull ants and a wasp. They're following a small folk.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of pointless to try and go after small folk.
Yes, a part of me does miss being with him.
Scary guard dog.
Being in a relationship with him.
Behind them.
And when I left Jag, I was hoping to be able to either renew a relationship with him, or with who I'm with now, my boyfriend now. Yeah, I didn't know at the time that he had actually met somebody. When he was in Mexico, he met this lady from Quebec who was also in Mexico. And like, he never told me anything about her. Never said anything about him being in a relationship with someone. Yeah. But that's okay. Because even if he was single, it would have been very difficult to have a relationship with him because of distance. Because he works like six days a week. sometimes 7 days a week. He has his own auto mechanic shop where he specializes in European vehicles. It's not a very big shop. He loves mud bogging, and the guy's got, oh my god, he's got his own little trophy. I swear, he's got his own little trophy store in his living room. He has enough trophies in his living room to fill a store. Yeah, because he's just that good. He's been mud bogging. He's been doing He's been racing, doing all that kind of stuff for decades. Most likely for almost 30 years. Yeah. And yeah, if you look closely enough in that pile, in that mess of trophies that he's got, he'll probably even find 1 or 2 or 6 or 7 hunting trophies, fishing trophies as well. Because he used to be in the Rod and Gun Club banquet. He used to be a member of the Rod and Gun Club. Him and his dad and stepmom. And every year they'd go to the Rod and Gun Club banquet, and they hand out trophies and prizes and stuff to people with the biggest deer, the biggest the biggest rack, the biggest deer, or like with the biggest set of antlers, biggest fish of certain types, that kind of stuff. And well, they're just really good at it. So all 3 of them really good at it. So yeah, they'd be in the paper. And I went to the Rod and Gun Club. I went to the banquet twice with them. And of course, you get to try all kinds of wild meat. Not necessarily exotic, but well, cougar, cheetah, moose, elk, bear, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I've tried different types of wild meat in that regards. I've never but like here, exotic meat would most likely be like gator and like, I don't know, kangaroo. I don't know if you're allowed to if you're allowed to eat kangaroo meat. Eat kangaroos or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I've tried different types of wild game meat, but only like at those banquets. Although when I was dating his older brother, Dancer, their dad gave us once he gave us no, there was a couple of times he gave us he gave us kidney. I remember one time had a bear kidney, and I was cutting as much of the fat off of the bear kidney as I could. And then I was going to make kidney stew. And I did. I made a really good kidney stew. But Wolfie, she was still pretty little at the time. She was like 2 or 3, and she did not like the kidney in the stew. Because she actually still remembered eating kidney stew before. She'd had kidney stew, like I had made kidney stew before that, and she had gotten sick like right after eating it. And so, like, when I made this kidney stew with the bear kidney, she actually picked out all the pieces of meat. It was really, really surprising. I was quite surprised that she did this. But yeah, she picked out all of the pieces of meat from her bowl of stew, and then she ate the stew without the bear kidney in it. Yep, true story. She was always very smart, smarter than. She was always very smart for her age. She still is. She's very, very smart for her age. She's a little slow with certain things. Give her time, and yeah, she'll blow you away with stuff. Like, I love her artwork, and I know I've mentioned it before. I love her artwork. I wish she spent more time doing her artwork rather than gaming, but her life, her choice. I don't pressure her, I don't pester her, I don't nag her, I don't boss her around, none of that stuff. I don't lecture her. I bug her a little bit here and there. Give her a hard time a little bit. Nothing too serious. We talk about, we're very open with what we talk about. We can talk about anything and everything. She wasn't always like this. When she was really little, yeah, she would talk up a storm, and then she got a little older and was very observant about all the crap that was going on in my life, all the crap that other people were doing, the way that I was being treated by the ministry and by other people, and she closed herself off because of it. It was really hard on her, and I tried to shelter her from it as much as I could, but there's only so much that you can do. And yeah, it really sucks that there is a statute of limitations on legal stuff. Most legal stuff. Because if I could, yeah, I would have looked into lawsuits. Yeah. Probably would have been able to find a lawyer that would have been willing to take it on. Oh God, I'm trying to remember the terminology. Not pro bono. I keep thinking contingency, but I don't think that's the right word. It might be. Basically, like, they would do all the work, and if I win, then they get paid. If I don't win, I don't owe them any money. I can't remember the terminology, but yeah. I'd want to find a lawyer in that way. And that could help me with a lawsuit, but it is what it is. And I don't know if I'd be able to I don't know if I'd be able to handle going through with all the legal mumbo jumbo rigmarole because of everything else in my life. And I'm seeing, like, watching all of this legal stuff that's going on with my favorite YouTube channel about the Hales. They're going through a lot of legal stuff, and they got more legal stuff, more court stuff coming up. There's court stuff June 12th and June 18th. I just watched Sunday's live stream. I watched that tonight. And yeah, they were talking about it on that. So, yeah. Yeah, this headache is just, it's been here. It's just been making itself known all day since I got up. I've been up for almost 12 hours. I've been up for almost 11 hours right now. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed as soon as I'm done this. Yeah, this seems to be working. It actually is working pretty good. Doing it this way. Yeah. I know you don't normally, like, you look at the hoop this way and it's like, well, it's on backwards. Well, it actually works pretty good this way. Yeah, I think I actually like it this way. But yeah, as soon as I'm done this little bit, I'm gonna go to bed. I think I'm gonna take another tramadol and go to bed. Actually, I'm gonna Google tramadol first. See what it says, the safe dosage, because I don't want to like overdo it and end up sick. Because pills are my unaliving of choice, so I am very careful with my meds, with pills. Because I know my allergy pills, it's recommended not to take more than four a day, I think it is. Something like that. And when I was taking them when I used to take them when Wolfie was like a year old. When I first started taking them, we were living with Dancer, and I would take I'd take like 5 pills. Yeah, I would take 5 pills. Oh, my needle just broke. Yeah, my needle just broke. Oh, that's the first needle to break. Yeah, I would take 5 pills, and then half an hour later, I would go to bed. And I'd be out like a light because they cause drowsiness. So, I figured kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Take my allergy pills at night. By taking 5 allergy pills, my allergies, I wouldn't have an allergic reaction all the next day. And then also with taking 5, it would knock me out and I would actually sleep through the night. I wouldn't wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning when Dancer would crawl into bed. Which was a disappointment for him because that was his favorite time of having fun. Yeah. But it's like he'd crawl into bed at like 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning actually. And it's like, oh, come on. I gotta be up in a few hours. I gotta be up in a couple of hours with Wolfie. I need my sleep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not done with this yet. That's right, duh. Okay, so I still have that little bit left. I need something different than this. I need a little tray or something for holding all of this stuff in like this, right? I'll find something. I know I gotta have something like that around. Of course I do. See? Yeah. This will work. Yeah. Yeah, my friend said she's going to be shipping a box, sending it out in the mail tomorrow. So we'll see if that happens. And I told her that I'm wanting to finish this, to send it in this box that I'm going to be sending as soon as I get that car. Sorry, I'm drinking a Slurpee. It's almost all gone now. Wolfie and I, we went for a walk tonight. We walked over to 7-Eleven, like I said, and I forgot to take my bike. And while we were there, I noticed they got these new Slurpee cups. These big traveling Slurpee cups. They have a handle and a lid and a straw. And so I grabbed one. They're only $10.99 each. And it's like, cool. Looks really cool. And they're big. So, yeah. I'm like, that'd be perfect for my iced tea. Let me show you. Okay, so here it is. Oh, purple straw. And I don't know who this is supposed to be, or if she is a real person. I don't think she is, but see, it says Slurpee. Yeah, so here's the big fancy lid, right? It's even got this here. It's got this here. I don't know what this is for, but there's a little bendy part of the straw. So, I really don't know. I really don't know what this is for, unless it's just for air, because this does not fit in here unless I pop it off, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So instead, and it is plastic. I'm not a fan of plastic straws. Not really, but there we go. See? Just like her with the bent straw, right? Yay! Oh. It's my own version of a Stanley Cup. Yay! So yeah, it's a nice big size. $10.99. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, itchy eye, sorry. So, holy cow. I've been on here for an hour. See, I say I'm not going to be on here for very long. And I've said this in other videos as well. I say I'm not going to be on for very long. And, well, I am. Because I get to talking and I lose track of time because I'm also working on this. And it's not the same as working on a diamond painting where I can be like, okay, well, I'll just finish this section and then call it a night. Nope, instead it's, oh, I'm gonna go until this color is done. Yeah. So hopefully everybody's week is gonna be is going good so far, and it's gonna continue going good. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, let me just move this. Haha. There, yeah, I do, yeah, I like it. I like working it with it in this way. Having it this way works good for me. For me. Yeah.
The giant ruined building, and that's a lizard. It's a little black lizard. It's dying so quickly.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind learning what everybody else, hearing what everybody else is working on. I'm trying to get caught up in videos, but it's really difficult to do when somebody went live for more than 9 hours on their birthday, and I just got to that video today, and I'm only halfway through that video, and I had to take a break from that video to go for a walk. And then when we got back, I decided to go through my What the Hails videos because I had a few of those to do. I try to keep up with those ones. Like I try to watch them every day. The What the Hails, but sometimes I end up accumulating like 2 or 3 days worth of videos from them, and then I binge watch them all. And it's not just What the Hails, but it's What the Hails related videos as well, like from Shizua's Nut, and Tug and Megan and Willis. You're probably thinking, Willis? Who the heck is Willis? Well, Willis is Travis. He has 2 YouTube channels, What You Doing Willis and Tube Town. Yeah. He doesn't, I can't remember the name of the town that he lives in. But he does not actually live in Otter Creek. He lives just a few minutes from Otter Creek in another little town. And he is, yeah, he created Tube Town. And he spends a lot of time working on Tube Town 2.0 right now. And apparently he's planning on having all kinds of things happening with Tube Town 2.0, where you can go there and you can like get buy drinks, rent a kayak for the river, or what have you. Yeah. And of course there's games. Really simple, fun games. And yeah, you sign the guest book and all kinds of, yeah. And if he's there when you're there, then you get to meet him and you can get your picture taken with him. And yeah. Yeah, he's kind of neat. But sorry, sometimes these holes are hard to find. There we go. So I am still hoping to reach 500 subs by my birthday, which is in October. And it is currently June. So July, August, September, October, 4 months. Got just over 4 months. Got 4 months. And I'm still only at 292, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But you never know. I've been trying to think of other things to do with my channel. Other things that I could film. But I am a bit of a procrastinator, which is why I still don't edit my videos. But I think I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go lay down and read for a bit, and then hopefully go to sleep. Yeah, because it's now 2:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna go, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Where's that button? Where is that?